Hi, and welcome to Nex-Tech's What's Happening Now, your show that tells you about all the area events, attractions, and organizations that you'll want to know about and give you good ideas of things to do. We're here on location today with Ian Trevethan, and Ian is the
Outreach Coordinator
for the Sternberg Museum here in Hays, Kansas. Ian, it is so nice to get a chance to visit with you. I know a lot of people know that the Sternberg has bones. They have fossils,
right.
Which, you know, we happen to be standing by one right now. What's this behind us?
Right, so what this is behind us is this is a mosasaur. In fact, our state fossil, we have two state fossils. One of them is a mosasaur. So this is a mosasaur behind us. It's a marine reptile that lived in the ancient seaway that was over Kansas about 80 million years ago.
And there's amazing things like this all over the museum. There's the famous fish within a fish, right?
And we're actually, our area and specifically our museum is pretty world renowned for the fossil collection here. So we get inquiries from all over the world and certainly all over North America.
That's quite a treasure for Kansas to have something like that. And
yes.
In addition to being able to see the fossils, which are amazing in and of themselves, you have a few other things here that are a little more current, don't you?
Right. So the idea of this particular exhibit is called Bringing Fossils to Life, and that's exactly it. What a lot of people don't realize, and kind of what makes us different from other history or natural history museums, is in addition to our fossils here, we've also got some living representatives or relatives of these animals to kind of illustrate how things have changed, and in some cases how things have stayed the same over long periods of time.
Well, is that one over there one of them?
Absolutely. You want to go check them out?
Yeah, let's go a little closer. Okay, so I noticed some movement out of the corner of my eye, and who's this guy here? It's kind of...
So this is our Mertens water monitor, and he is actually a modern relative of our mosasaur over here, and he's going to see us.
It's very curious.
So you see he's sticking his tongue out there. His tongue is very specialized. His tongue is actually smelling the air. He's actually got a very sticky tongue, and he kind of sticks his tongue out and he catches sort of the scent in the molecules in the air. And then he rubs it up against a very special organ on the roof of his mouth called the Jacobson organ. And that kind of gives him information about what's going on. So the reason we have him so close to our mosasaur is this guy is semi-aquatic. He actually likes to swim. So let me see if I can get him to swim for us. See, here he is. Now if you check out the way he swims, see how he kind of moves? Oh, he just wants to check you out. He doesn't want to swim.
He's friendly.
Yes, he is. He does a side-to-side sort of swimming where he tucks his arms and legs up against his body, and he sort of does what we call a ungulatory style swimming, which is how we think mosasaurs would have done it as well. So kind of a cool example of how animals adapt. There you go.
Oh, I don't know if the people at home could see it, but it was really neat. He was all tucked in, and now he's going back on the warmth, right?
He's in a good mood today too, though. He's enjoying the attention.
And so this is one of the things people can come see. And I noticed there was something kind of making some noise over in one of the pools over there too. How about you go and tell me a little bit about what's going on over in that corner?
Over there too.
All right, so I noticed that there's some, I always like to call them fellas. I know they probably have a more scientific name than that.
No, I'll go with fellas. It kind of fits these guys.
They could be girls. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but what kind of critters do you have in this area?
So what we've got here are mud skippers, and they are actually a kind of fish that have actually found a way to come up onto land. They can't stay there very long. They've got to stay near water. But if you look at the way they use their fins, they're actually using their fins to pull themselves up onto land. And that's sort of a good example of how some of the earliest animals came on land. Actually, the earliest vertebrates came up on land. They were actually fish that used these bony fins to pull themselves up from water onto shore. So this is a good example of a modern equivalent of an ancient animal that would have done that.
I think it's so helpful, you know, when you see the fossils, sometimes it's a little hard to imagine what they would look like now. And the monitor we saw, you know, was an example of that.
And the goal behind this exhibit is not only to educate people on what has happened, the changes that have happened in the ancient past, but how things are currently changing and how things will continue to change in the future. And that's what we're trying to do by integrating all of these living animals with some very, very ancient dead animals. So,
well, it's wonderful to see. There's always new things here at the Sternberg. You also, have traveling exhibits, and there's always amazing activities for the children. So if people kind of want to see what might be coming new, or come see the new things that you've put in place, what's the best place for them to check it out?
There are two really good places to check out. Number one is our Facebook page. We're always putting stuff up there, as well as our website, which is at www.sternberg.fhsu.edu.
Great. Well, make sure that you go and check it out. Check out the museum and see what's coming up. And Ian, it was just so nice to talk to you, and I hope we'll be able to come back again sometime and check out some of the other stuff.
It was exciting.
It is fun.
Make a difficult choice an easy one with Cedar View Assisted Living's knowledgeable and caring staff. Your loved one will be professionally taken care of as they transition into their new community. With movies, holiday parties, planned exercises, and games, residents will have opportunities every day to enjoy their time at Cedar View. Multiple room styles are available, ensuring a just right fit for your loved one. Come see Cedar View Assisted Living for yourself next to Sternberg Museum. The care you need, the home you want.
Hi, we're on location again, and we are here at the Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks, and Tourism, and I'm here with Jeff Prendergast, and Jeff is a research biologist. So Jeff, welcome. You have some interesting things to tell us about some sporting activities that are happening in January. How about the hunting this year? Can you give us kind of an update on what kind of things are coming up?
Well, late season hunting opportunities late December and January are going to focus on upland game birds and waterfowl, and our upland game bird populations have improved since through the drought. We had our populations have declined. We're starting to get a little bit of rain back, so the pheasant population is better, although it's not it's still below average, so it's important for hunters to really focus on that cover and that cover next to food where they're going to find the most birds, as opposed to just across the landscape like in a really good year. But as far as quail go, we have really good quail numbers right now, as good as we've had in a long time. So there's a lot of opportunity for that species. So.
Well, that's good to know that the population is slowly recovering.
Yeah.
And how about the waterfowl this year?
Oh, waterfowl hunting in western Kansas is really reliant on what the weather's doing. Colder weather up north pushes birds down, but once our water starts to freeze up here, it limits opportunity. However, there's always our reservoirs never completely freeze, and so there's always some water open, and those birds will concentrate on those areas. So hunters that want to focus on late season waterfowl should find those pockets of birds where they're at and follow them to feed, and then there's normally some field opportunities for ducks and geese in that late season time frame.
So for the people that are hunting and using public lands, there's kind of a new program, or maybe it's not new, but you are involved with the is it the iSportsman program?
Well, a lot of our public landowners have adopted the iSportsman program, and what it's doing is it's collecting the same information that they used to collect via daily hunt permits on a written card, but it's going. It saves resources on our end, that time and money that our managers can use to focus their efforts on wildlife management. And it's also a convenience factor for hunters, in this age where most people either have a smartphone or are hunting with somebody that has a smartphone. They can register without having to drive around and find a location where the cards are located. So it's a convenience thing there. And it doesn't have to be done off of a smartphone. For those individuals who don't have a smartphone, there's an option to log in the day before or before you come off of the internet, or there's a call-in number too. So from a rotary or a regular cell phone, you can actually just call in and report your hunting once you set up an account. So.
Well, that's really interesting. It sounds like it'd be a good opportunity, and it's just you just go to iSportsman, I guess. Or...
There's a link off of our website. It's probably the easiest way to get to it.
Okay. And then lastly, I don't want to forget about the fishermen. So what's going on in this time of year for people that are wanting to be cold outside?
So our fishing opportunities in late season we have a unique opportunity in that trout. We stock trout in several locations across the state this time of year, and they do 4 trout stockings each year, one at around the first of the month of November, December, January, and February. And the trout season runs from November 1st to April 15th. You do need an extra permit to fish for trout during this time frame, and there's a five a day creel limit for individuals that are wanting to pursue that species.
So is there a place or two that you would recommend that are a good place to fish for trout?
Well, there's a lot of the smaller lakes or reservoirs have steeling basins or smaller pools of water where they put those fish at. So they're concentrated and they're stocked appropriately to size. So they're all going to provide good opportunity, but the best way to find those would be within our regs. They're all listed in our regulation book. So.
Okay, and then lastly, talk a little bit about ice fishing. If it gets cold enough, there might be some of that going on too, right?
There is some ice fishing opportunity in the state whenever we get the weather to produce thick enough ice for people. Glen Elder is a hot spot for ice fishermen, and Keith Sebelius Lake at Norton is small enough that it often freezes and is far enough north that it freezes more than other lakes a lot of times. A lot of our reservoirs in the right conditions can provide some ice fishing opportunity, but fishermen want to make sure that they're being very careful when they're doing this. Never fishing alone. If there's other fishermen on the ice out there, that you can go out by yourself, but just as long as there's someone there, because if something happens or the ice is thinner than what you think it may be, you can get into trouble in a hurry if you're not careful. So.
I bet. Well, all of this information is, I'm sure, excellent for all the people that want to get out there and still enjoy the hunting and fishing even when it's cold outside. So what's the website that they can go to if they want to check out, you mentioned the regulations and that sort of thing?
Our website is kansasoutdoors.com, and it's easy to if you search KDWPT off of Google, it'll take you right to it, which is the easiest way to find it normally. So.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for updating us on some of the sporting opportunities this winter.
All right. Thank you.
How many times do phone calls go unanswered at your desk? Wouldn't it be great to never miss an important call? If Nex-Tech Business Phone Solutions are part of your phone systems, you won't miss a call.
Hello, congratulations. They have accepted your offer on the house.
Contact Nex-Tech for all your business IT solutions.
When a storm leaves your home battered and damaged, there's only one thing you can do. Forget all about it. The men in black at AquaShield Roofing and Construction have the skills and knowledge to fix your home so you'll forget the damage ever happened. Along with roofs, they do siding, guttering, insulation, windows, doors, and more. With offices in Hugoton, Oberlin, and Liberal, they're never too far away when damage strikes. When you need to forget about home damage, call the men in black at AquaShield Roofing and Construction.
We're back in the studio now, and I have with me Lonny Claycamp, and Lonny is here to talk a little bit about the Hayes VFW and some events they have coming up. Lonny, it's always nice to visit with you. Now, before we talk about the events, for the people that really aren't very familiar with what the VFW is, can you explain just a little bit about what it is and what you do?
Yeah, enjoy filling people in. Everybody knows where the VFW is, 22nd and Vine, and they know VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, but most people don't realize to be a member of the VFW, you had to have been in active duty in a foreign war. And without having that active duty, you can't even be a member of the VFW. And so, and with the members that we have now getting older, because out of World War II, the Korean War and such, and that they are getting up in the years and not able to maintain the VFW to the standard that it should be. And so back in 2001, we formed the Sons of the VFW and have really helped them a lot with, keeping the books in the black and, just able to maintain the building for them and have money to take care of the needs. So 2003 we got chartered, and it really established our Sons of the VFW. We're one of the largest Sons of the VFW in the state of Kansas, actually. So just kind of in a nutshell, that's where we're at. So.
Now, the VFW has like you mentioned, a lot of people know about it because there's different kind of functions that go on there. Is everybody, who works those things? Like, how do you make all this stuff happen?
Well, the Sons of the VFW has pretty much taken over the operation, and there's 160 members now, and everything we do is volunteer. There's only, a few people in the kitchen and the bartenders that take home a paycheck. Everything else is voluntary, and so it helps, with the funding, keeping everything going.
Now, in addition to the funding that you need to raise to, yes, keep the building going, which you've done some amazing improvements to it, you also give back to the community too, right?
We do. We love that when people bring requests to us, and we've done many of them, like with your project with the Alzheimer's. Mine, a lot of people know me related with the Relay for Life, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Jana's campaign, Boy Scouts, the list just goes on, and we invite people to make requests. We can't guarantee everyone money, but we sure look at everyone case by case and help them out where we can.
So what are some of the major fundraisers that you do throughout the year that help you earn those monies?
Probably our biggest fundraiser is with Oktoberfest. People have a hard time believing all these males can make 8,000 Bierocks and sell them all, but we do, and 800 brats. And then we also have once a month Stagette. It's the third Wednesday of each month, and we feed about 175 to 180 males and females. A lot of wives come along anymore. We have with the funeral dinners, wedding dances, anniversaries, class reunions, things like that. We do all that and have meals and things. So there's good money coming in from there. The seniors, as we call them, the VFW members, they once a month on the second Sunday, they do their breakfast and feed anywhere from, I think the minimum they normally feed is 500 to 600, wow. And they've had many as 800 and 900, and quite a morning of a whole lot of eggs and bacon. So.
Well, those events are really nice because anybody from the community can come to those stag and stagettes or the breakfasts, and my son really thinks you guys make excellent bacon. Well, the seniors do. You're one of the sons, but. Yep.
And and with those, they sell cards in advance. And so to name a few, the Relay for Life and the TMP and Herzog Fest, and there's a lot of organizations that benefit by selling the cards in advance. So it's good money that way too. So.
And the food's really good. I attest I've eaten there a time or two. Now, Lonny, coming up in December on Christmas Day, you guys have something that's for the community. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
The Christmas Day meal is one that some individuals here in town wanted to do something for people that didn't have anybody that they could see, or be with at Christmas, and kind of like the Thanksgiving one that's coming up next week. And they came to us to have a place, to be able to hold this, and and so immediately we said, well, yeah, that's a great idea. And I started to say I'm not sure how many last year, but I did find out just yesterday we fed 664 people last year.
Wow.
And starts at 11 o'clock and through the day, no cost to anyone, just come in and we're there to have a Christmas meal for you.
And after Christmas, New Year's Eve, can you tell us a little bit about that bash?
We do have a Christmas Eve dance. We have had one for, goodness, 12, 15 years. I couldn't even tell you how long. It is $15 per person, and the doors open at 7 and goes till 2 o'clock. With that $15, we have a sandwich bar throughout the whole night, so you can eat, kind of graze on it as you wish. The 10-Day Wish is the band playing, so if you're interested, call the VFW and you can get tickets, and it'll be a great evening, let me tell you.
Well, maybe I'll get to see you there. It's
you just never know.
Always a good time. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Dignity, respect, professionalism, commitment, and fairness are the 5 core values you can expect from All Faiths Funeral Chapel in Smith Center. At All Faiths Funeral Chapel, they consider it an honor to serve you and your family and their community. Built in 2010, their large state-of-the-art facility includes dining and reception hall to accommodate large funeral dinners, even anniversaries and weddings. They also sell customized monuments and offer pre-arranged services. All Faiths Funeral Chapel in Smith Center. When a storm leaves your home battered and damaged, there's only one thing you can do. Forget all about it. The men in black at AquaShield Roofing and Construction have the skills and knowledge to fix your home so you'll forget the damage ever happened. Along with roofs, they do siding, guttering, insulation, windows, doors, and more. With offices in Hugoton, Oberlin, and Liberal, they're never too far away when damage strikes. When you need to forget about home damage, call the men in black at AquaShield Roofing and Construction.
Did you know?
It's not just water, it's better water.
Better Water with Smith Center completes all your hydration needs. They sell Lundy spring systems, including water softeners, reverse osmosis, water coolers, and bottled water. They won't just install your system, they will service and repair it too. Better Water can repair Echo water systems and all other major brands. They offer softener salt sales and delivery for your convenience. Serving all of Northwest Kansas.
It's not just water, it's better water.
You're in the right place, the see it before you buy place, the professional staff place, the have it delivered place. Frigid Air Gallery and Genuine Appliance has real stainless steel with fewer fingerprints and smudges. Ranges with true convection speed bake. Quietest in its class dishwashers. Refrigerators with the freezer on the top, the bottom, or side by side. Frigid Air Gallery and Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th and Hayes. The best price place. You're in the right place.
You should never run out of the important stuff.
Really?
If your current wireless plan leaves you at the end of your rope, imagine how you'll feel with Nex-Tech Wireless with unlimited everything. Nex-Tech Wireless gives you the freedom to go as far as you want. Nex-Tech Wireless, something different.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associates to learn more.
Lonny and I were just visiting a little bit more about the VFW, and he was telling me there's also a new flag drop box there. So if you have a flag that's a little worn or tattered and would like to have it disposed of properly, you can also drop your flag off there too. So make sure you get out in your community and enjoy all the things that are going on. And also, we hope you'll tune in next time to find out what's happening now.